And
officers were on scene
let's go
within
to Waukesha,
seconds
please.
after receiving that call. Waukesha Police Department was there within a minute or two. From there, we tried locating a subject, made contact with anybody remotely matching the description of that subject, which was described as a subject in his 50s or 60s, calmly carrying openly carrying a rifle or shotgun. At that point, we were able to track down that he had contact with a couple individuals, nothing threatening whatsoever in that contact, and from there we were able to find that someone knew who he was, identified that person, and made contact with him eventually. You saw that we had a lot of officers on scene. We also had multiple jurisdictions on the scene. We had Menominee Falls K-9 officer with K-9, and we also had 3 or 4 K-9 officers from Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. In addition to that, we had our fire department on standby in case we needed medical treatment. And we also had, it was the Waukesha County Regional Bearcat on standby, and our own Waukesha County, Waukesha Police Department. We had some tactical officers on scene, as well as our own rescue vehicle, armored rescue vehicle. Obviously, given yesterday's events and the recent history with violence at schools, we take these things very seriously. So we obviously responded in that way. We took it very seriously, and we eventually took this subject into custody. He is in custody. We are verifying. It's very early on in this yet. We're trying to verify if, in fact, he was the subject. We believe with pretty high confidence at this point he was, but we just need to verify a couple of those things. The weapon that was recovered at this subject's residence was in fact some sort of non-lethal weapon, I believe an airsoft gun, not a shotgun, not a rifle, not a firearm in fact at all, other than by appearance. But obviously in today's day and age, we have to take these threats very seriously, as we did. In addition to that, we had multiple schools in the area were locked down. Carroll University has a system that they were able to notify all their students and personnel that there was an issue, and they went to immediate lockdown, and our dispatch center contacted nearby schools as well as the Women's Center to lock those facilities were also locked down. Anybody have any questions at this point?
Did you increase the number of schools locked down and your response today in reaction to what happened in Boston?
I wouldn't say we increased our reaction other than to say in today's day and age, the climate is that you have to take these threats seriously. This is something that we do, our agency does in general. Yesterday's events just reaffirm that type of response.
Describe, this is an area where it looks like as soon as the lockdown was lifted, we saw a number of students come out. Is that an area where a lot of students live, and was he in that vicinity? Can you sort of explain where he was relative to where students would be?
I can say he does not live on campus. That is an area that houses a lot of students, but he does not live within that facility. He lives just outside that facility in a different area of the city, and we were able to locate him at that place.
Do you know what he was doing there? Was he somewhere where he was allowed to be or not allowed to be?
He walked from his residence, from where he was located in the Carroll University facility, which was just to the north and east of me here, I believe. He walked from that location to his residence. It wasn't that he carried a weapon through an unusual route. He possibly found this rifle or brought it with him, or this airsoft gun, and took it to his residence.
Was arrested at his residence?
I'm sorry?
Was arrested at his residence?
Yes.
Given that it was an airsoft gun, has he done anything illegal?
At this point, we got to look into what he did and whether it was illegal. If it's a firearm, we can tell you within 1,000 feet of a school, you're not allowed to carry that, right, by state law. As far as him carrying an airsoft gun, I'm not sure that we have anything illegal. We'll be looking into that.
What role did the folks at the gas station play in helping you guys identify your suspect?
They were helpful. They were helpful to let us know what they had seen and give us their account of the story, and that was very helpful for us.
Can I ask, is there a university policy in place about airsoft weapons? or anything that appears to be a weapon but isn't really a firearm, or anything like that?
Hi, I can answer that, sir. My name is Michael Zenz. I'm the Director of Public Safety for the Department of Public Safety at Carroll University. We have a policy of not allowing weapons on campus. However, we've had student groups where we've had an airsoft gun club where they actually compete, and we monitor it under safety conditions. So that type of thing we monitor on a case-by-case basis.
Can you tell me, have you taken into account what happened in Boston yesterday? Have you changed any procedures since the last 24 hours?
Sir, no, I can confirm we handle this as we would without the Boston incident. I'm a retired Secret Service agent. We take this very, very seriously. We practice these incidents with the Waukesha Police. We meet with our community liaison officer weekly and more if needed. We've trained and met with the FBI, who called and offered their assistance today. We practice this all the time. I can give you a brief rundown on what happened to our dispatch at approximately 10:30 a.m. Public safety dispatcher received a call of a man with a gun from two students. We responded immediately. I happened to be out in one of our cars. Myself and another officer were on the scene within 20 or 30 seconds. We did not see anybody. Police were called per our protocol the same time we got the call. When we got down to the scene and established our command post at Grand and Williams, I assumed incident command with the Waukesha Police Incident Commander in a joint incident command situation, and we started working the problem. And then the captain has briefed you how the information came that the suspect was seen at the Citgo Mart and then walked westbound and was eventually taken into custody. At the same time, when we responded to the man with the gun incident, we initiated our PIO alert system, which you probably heard about. It's a system of text messaging and email. As soon as I heard the man with the gun call, I ordered our captain to send that message out and went out within minutes of the incident.
Did you say you alerted the FBI?
What happened, sir, was I was down at the command post, and ASAC GB Jones of the FBI called me personally myself on offering assistance and advised me he was sending 2 FBI agents out to assist us in any way.
And just to be clear, there is an airsoft gun on campus, but at this point we know
there's not one now, sir. There was in the past. That group has since graduated, but there was at one time. To now, they're not active at this time.
And this gentleman was not a student.
What we know, he could be a non-traditional student. He's 50 to 60 years in age. I haven't checked our records to see if he has been a student or was a student. That's all the information I have at this time about that.
Captain, do you know when you found him, did he realize that he had set off such a reaction?
No, we're looking into right now on, I don't have any details as to whether he's admitted to being involved in this at this point. We believe he's involved, but it's early on in the investigation. We wanted to get out here and be able to talk to you and give you as much info as we could at this point. I don't have that yet for you.
And at this point, all of Waukesha public schools have also canceled their lockdown?
Any lockdowns that were in place have now been canceled.
Is this someone who was known to either of your agencies prior with any kind of history?
Without me looking into the details, I may have a name. I'm not even sure I have the right name, so I don't know the answer to that question at this point.
Can you clarify what exactly an airsoft gun is?
My understanding of it is it's a gun that's similar to a BB gun that shoots like plastic pellets. I'm not sure if it can shoot metal pellets. I really don't know the details of it, but it is not a lethal weapon.
How close to a rifle would it look to anybody walking down campus?
Absolutely could look identical to. I've seen airsoft weapons that, as a firearms instructor, I could tell you wouldn't tell the difference until you handle the weapon.
Captain, when you're dealing with, a BB gun or an airsoft gun, I mean, obviously it's important to take into account that this is a real weapon.
Well, certainly it can do harm to people. Obviously, it's not designed to be lethal, at least to humans, but it certainly can be dangerous. So obviously, we want to take that precaution too. And you cannot shoot. We have a municipal ordinance that you can't be shooting that in public. So.
Is there any indication on that type of gun that it is not a traditional gun that would fire bullets?
I don't understand the question, sir.
Is there a certain indicator on the gun, like is it orange on the tip of this airsoft gun?
Oh, the way it's designed to appear. Some of them are, some of them aren't. I'm not sure what this particular one looked like. I wasn't on the scene when he was taken into custody.
And when SWAT teams were down in the area here, and we heard from audible cues, did this man come out on his own accord, or did they make their way into the building?
I believe he came out on his own accord. I'm not certain. I don't have all the details yet on that. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Sure. O-R-E.
Waukesha Police
M-U-S.
Department wrapping up a news conference here at 12:34 on today's TMJ4, updating us on the situation outside of Carroll University. One man arrested. He is the person whom they thought fit the description of a man carrying a gun near the campus at about 10:20 this morning.
The individual was